Hey everyone. So, from this week onwards, I'm thinking of documenting my entire week every week and share with everyone how the week went, either in positive or in loss, either ways. So, this week I took two trades. As you can see, I took a trade on Euro CHF, which was a loss, and also an odd JPY, which was also a loss. And we'll see how those trades went. So this trade was the first trade I took was on Euro CHF, and this was on a weekly time frame. The order block that trade popped up for was this order block over here, this order block, and where it was the price was running into this order block, this large red candle. Obviously it wasn't that big when the trade came in, and my intention was that the price would come in and then bounce back. So this would basically come in and then bounce out. This was what I was hoping to do, and let's see how the LTF had set up. I will use replay button to go back in time and show you exactly how I found the setup. On this side, on the lower time frame side, this is a 3-hour time frame, and I had seen a breaker forming on 3-hour time frame where it had basically went into this order block, taken out this range, this equal low, and then when the breaker had formed, the liquidity sweep, it took out basically this last fast move down that took out liquidity. So I lost this trade, and I'll show you how it played out. Let me replay the candles. So I had set, as usual, I had set up my limit order for entry here, and stop loss was here, and I was targeting 3R as a trade. And as you can see, there were hardly any unmitigated blocks in the path of the trade. I was worried about this part where this is a completely unmitigated area, but I think by that time I would have already hit 2R, so I wasn't that much worried about it. Plus there were equal highs here, so I was anticipating price will at least go and take these, giving me a 1-hour trade where I will take the 50% off and remove considerable risk from the trade. So this is how it's set up, and let's play the candles. The interesting thing was that this trade basically didn't even move one bit in my direction, and you can see that this is a completely incorrect analysis. This was a good loss that I did everything right as I was anticipating. I had my higher time frame analysis, had a good lower time frame analysis, saw a good breaker, but somehow did not work. And one of the learnings I had from this trade was that I've seen my trades play out very well when they are within the range on the higher time frame. So concentrating back on the higher time frame, as you can see that this was, I think it was somewhere till here. This was the operating range before this candle had formed. So if I just remove this candle, you can see that this was the operating range before that the current week's candle had formed. And what I've realized is that all of my trades work very well when they're within the range, and when they start breaking out of the range, the situations get more tricky, because generally when that happens, there are key fundamentals playing in the market that somehow don't respect technicals. For example, this order block, price just zoomed past this week. So this was one trade that I saw, and I'll show you it played out similarly in the second losing trade as well that I took this week. So this was the first trade where I was trying to trade a 3-hour breaker on lower time frame. That did not work out. Let me show you the second one now. The second trade I took was on odd JPY, and this was on the lower time frame. It was a 30-minute time frame. Let me show you the setup first on the higher time frame. On the higher time frame, there was an order block here that had swept liquidity previously and created this long this down move, and price was heading back into this order block again this week, and my intention was to trade a rebound from there. On the lower time frame, so this gray box is that higher order time frame order block, and let me rewind the time as I saw it when I got into the trade. When I had seen this forming, I think it was visible on 1 hour as well. When I had seen this trade forming, this trade had basically, price had created this equal high, and then sudden movement up, and then sudden movement down. So when I came to trade this is how it looked like, and it was a good breaker in place. Plus there was more order blocks getting created here, so I was very interested to take this trade. A key important piece of information that I missed was, this is one of my own rules which I had actually documented when I was noting down this trade, was that there was an unmitigated structure sitting here, a pivot low. You can see there's a pivot low here that was not yet broken, and price was delivered to this unmitigated structure. And the funny thing is, I documented this. It is one of my rules to, I had documented this, that there's an unmitigated fractal before 1 hour. It is one of my rules that if before 1 hour is hit, so this is 1 hour, if there's an unmitigated structure before that, don't take the trade, because then the risk of losing is too high. Knowing fully well, I did not properly anticipate this, and I think I was just too eager to take this trade because none of my other time frames had triggered a trade during the week. So I took this trade and set up my risk reward like this, and let's see what happened after that. Price came in on the lower time frame. It did give me a good rejection. I was pretty happy with that. Let me show you. So this is 1 hour. I'll show you 5 minutes. So when I entered the trade, it was here. It gave me a good rejection, but you can clearly see on 1 hour time frame, it did not break this structure here. So, and obviously price shot up from there. This, I would say, was a bad loss which I could have entirely prevented, where this was one of the rules I have personally. I documented this, yet I failed to act on it, and I was swiftly punished because of that. So this week, after that, I stopped trading. I had lost 2 trades. The morale was pretty down, so I stopped trading. And in the next video, I want to show you what do I do to get out of this low confidence zone where you know your strategy works, but you've just got back-to-back 2 losses. The losses don't mean much because it's not the outcome of every single trade that counts, but it's the outcome of a basket of trade that counts. And I know my strategy works, so how do I get myself out of this low confidence zone where I've just seen 2 losses happening? And I'll show you that in my next video. So catch you all in the next one, where I will show you a strategy on what do I do in real life when I see these back-to-back losses. How do I get outside of that zone and get back into the next week with more enthusiasm. All right, take care. Bye.